121, 300, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 12,000, 6,000. Okay. Right. What is that? Boom, boom, boom. What's up guys, how you doing? If you haven't been to my channel before, my name's Philip Scrubber. I'd really love it if you What's up guys, how you doing? If you haven't been to my channel, what am I doing that for? Okay. Hands. What's up guys, how you doing? If you haven't been to my channel before, my name's Philip Scrubber. I'd really love it if you subscribed. It's down there, it's down there. Today I'm doing a film on what it takes to be a YouTuber, and I gotta tell you guys, it takes a lot of persistence, consistency, you gotta be consequential, and it takes a lot of time and money, and a sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice a lot if you wanna get anywhere. What it takes to be a YouTuber? Well, it takes a lot of money. You've got to invest in your own equipment, especially if you're talking about film and photography. You've got to show that what you're talking about, you're good at, and you know how to do, and you know how to use a camera, a lens, you know how to get smooth footage. You know, it takes a lot, it really does, of money. I mean, I have like shelves back there of equipment that I've invested in. Mind you, recently, since I got about 1,000 subscribers, I've had companies sending me stuff out, which is pretty early. So I'm happy about that, but I do try to keep my reviews really high quality. So companies, they'll send me stuff out and they'll ask me if I want to review it. I don't have a contract with them. So, you know, I'll get something in the post, be it a microphone, a lens, a light, you know. I'll test it out for a week or 2 or 3. And if I like it, I'll review it. If I don't review it. It's as simple as that. And I get to keep everything that's sent to me. It's not like I have to send something back. So it's a pretty cool deal. But that being said, that's kind of a way you're getting paid in at the beginning. You're getting free stuff that you can review. I see it as kind of a support from these companies. They support me by sending me stuff out that I don't have to buy. And in return, I have stuff that I can review, and it's good because 99% of the stuff I get is absolutely awesome. So I do review it, as you see in my films. Now reviewing takes a lot of time. You know, I've got to test it out. I've got to go outside. I've got to play around in the studio. I've got to make sure that it all works. I've got to write down what I like, what I don't like about it, make some bullet points, put them below the camera here, and I'll start review. Then I've got to do B-roll of it. I've got to put in sound. I've got to edit it. It takes a long time. Don't think it doesn't. You don't see the stuff behind the scenes, but you know, YouTube takes a long time, but the end effect is awesome and it's a lot of satisfaction, you know, especially if you're getting a lot of views. Next thing is, it's social media. It takes a lot of time. You know, you've got some things like TubeBuddy, which you kind of sit on, which is right there, and you refresh it maybe twice, 10, 20, 50 times a day to see what kind of views you have. At the beginning, it's all about being immersed in those numbers, and it's really difficult not to think that way. You're looking at it, seeing how many thumbs down you've got, seeing how many thumbs up you've got, seeing how many views have just come in the last 10 minutes. And it's really difficult to get out of that mindset and to just get filming, and that is really what you should be doing. You should be forgetting about stuff like that. Even though that does help in some way, you kind of see what films are doing well, but there is never any certainty to your next film. You do something about the latest product and it could get like 100 views. You do something about a product that came out a year ago and there might be a ton of people searching for it and not that many films. I have done a few films that have hit over 100,000 views, but I've done a few films that have hit 100. So there really is no certainty as to what you're doing. And I do try to keep them all in the film and photography kind of genre. Next thing is sacrifice. It does take a lot of sacrifice. I sacrifice time and money to be able to do this. So, money that I could be using for something else, I go out and I'll buy myself a tilter tool so I can, screw something in better. I'll buy myself a better microphone so you guys can hear me better. There are things that you invest in, not things that you always get, because the bigger companies, they're not going to be sending you stuff out. It's really that simple. You find yourself looking in that monitor all the time, and you're thinking, geez, who am I talking to? At the beginning, it's a nightmare. You're talking to this camera, and there's no one there. It's lonely. I mean, I'm alone here, and this is how I spend a lot of my time, not with my daughter, which I absolutely love spending time with my family. I'm sitting here talking to this microphone, talking to this camera, and sometimes it's really, really sad, but it's something that I've got to sit down and do if I want to hit my goals. And consistency, that's the next thing, which ties in with your sacrifices. If you're not consistent and you're not putting a film out or 2 films out or 3 films out every single week, then, YouTube is just not going to push you up. I was putting out at the beginning of the year like 2-3 films out a week. And if you go on to TubeBuddy or your social media, expert helper websites, then I had like a prediction of 800,000 in 5 years. Now I'm sticking a film out every maybe week, 2 weeks, and it's dropped to 70,000. Just dropped. So you can see, if you're not consistent, then you're not going to be climbing that ladder. Climbing, you're not climbing that ladder. So the consistency comes with a sacrifice, because you've got to be consistent. You've got to sacrifice more. You can't be going out to a pub. You can't be playing with your daughter. You can't be watching Netflix. In the evenings I sit down, I edit. Once I've finished filming in here, I will probably go home sitting on the settee or something, and I'm going to be editing my film, and I'll be doing that until 1 a.m. And then I go to sleep tired. I get up because my daughter's like, Dad. And it's a lot of sacrifice. It's time, it's money. It took me how long? It took me half a year to make my first $1,000, which I haven't paid out. It's still sitting in the whole YouTube account. And I think I've put a cap on, $10,000. So when I hit $10,000, then maybe I can buy myself something new, maybe the Sony a7S III, Mavic 3 Pro. It's stuff that you're constantly investing in. But obviously I'm going to take some of that money and I'm probably go on holiday with my family. It's got a lot of pluses and minuses. The first year when you start earning money, it's extremely hard. $1,000 for half a year is nothing. It's really difficult to keep consistent. It's very difficult to keep pushing forward, especially if you don't always have the time. I have people that I watch, like Peter Lindgren, one of my friends, who he has sacrificed a hell of a lot in his first year. Like he said in a recent film, he sacrificed time with his kid. When his kid was in the hospital, he was filming. You could see that Pete was really hurting, that he sacrificed so much, but in return, he's at 350,000 K in just over a year and a half. That's absolutely incredible. You got to be consistent. That's one thing I've learned. You got to be consistent. You got to be consequential, and you've got to sacrifice. I have got to be putting out a lot more films that I've been meaning to do since the beginning of the year. More tutorial films, because I want to do the epic tutorials. I want to do like car film tutorials. These are all things that I know very well how to do. And yeah, I've just got to start doing them. Anyway, it's just my kind of rant about what it takes to be a YouTuber, and it does take a lot, and it does take it out of you. There are times that you just like, I'm just going to go home. I'm not going to film today. I'm going to do something different. But, if you sit down and film that film, instead of doing that, that's your next film. That's your next views. That's the next few dollars you've earned. YouTube's giving me $6, $8, $10 a day at the moment, which is, it's funny money. But maybe in 2021, I'll be doing, I don't know, 50, 60, $100 a day. You absolutely never know what your next film is going to be and where it's going to take you. So you guys, if you love YouTube, if you like doing this, just keep on doing it. Keep on pushing. I believe you can do it. I believe I can do it. I've seen Pete do it. And yeah, just consistency. Push films out. Do it because you love it. Don't look at those numbers. I know it's difficult, but just, you might be looking at them, but just don't let them get in your head. If you have 100 views for your last film, just say, screw this. You might have 10,000, 20,000 for your next film. That's how it's worked for me. You can look at my views and you'll see that some are just so low and some are just like, you know, and that's cool. It's kind of kept me going forward, and I've done in the last half year, I've got 5,000 extra subscribers. It's taken me, the first year it took me 1,000, now I've got 5,000 in the last half year. So it kind of, you know, it builds momentum. Keep on going at it, guys. Oh my God, it's so hot. There's that cap again.